Sonic GT is a fan game developed by Gabriel Gonzalez of Not So Greedy Games, and it is probably the best fan game I have ever played. That's not a joke. I'm being 100% serious here when I say that this is the best Sonic game since Sonic Generations. The controls, the level design, and oh my god, that music. It all just melds together to create a Sonic experience that I have been craving for so long. When I first played this game, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little emotional because playing made me realize that there is still hope for the series. That hope lies with the fans. We are the people who keep the series alive and thriving. Oh man, before I go on a tangent, let's discuss the game in full. This is my review of Sonic GT. So, the level design in this game is amazing. It's almost as good as Spark the Electric Jester 2's level design. It's so open and expansive while at the same time keeping the flow and momentum that makes Sonic, well, Sonic. Plenty of slopes, plenty of inclines to spin dash jump off of and just soar over the levels. This is what I would want for a next-gen Sonic game. It feels like it fully takes advantage of the speed aspect of Sonic while still maintaining the control that was sorely missing from recent titles. Just look at the gameplay in the back. These levels are huge, and thankfully they last longer than a minute. But good level design would mean nothing without good control, and oh boy, this game has some pretty great controls. This game controls like an extremely refined boost game. While yes, maneuvering at slower speed is sort of unwieldy, this game never really needs you to slow down. This is all about high-speed platforming and maneuvering at that high speed, and this game does that wonderfully. However, as all things, the controls aren't perfect. Sometimes the homing attack can be a little janky when it comes to small cluster of enemies. Since the homing attack maintains your momentum, you kind of have to stop and stand still to homing attack or else you'll fly away. The good news is that this issue only really pops up on a few occasions. The opening in Ocean Paradise, the spring that needs you to kill all enemies in Hilltop, and the boss at the end of Sunset Boulevard. But that boss has a few more pressing matters, but we'll get to that later. And oh man, I have quite a few things to say about that boss. Another issue is that sometimes I feel like when rolling, I'm not gaining any speed. And in fact, I even lose some speed, even when going down slopes, which is pretty odd. It doesn't happen often though, so it doesn't diminish the quality of the overall game. So, level design and controls are A+. Now let's talk about one of the first things that hit you while playing the game, and that is the excellent soundtrack. I mean, just listen to some of these tunes. This music is absolutely god tier. Every track is a joy to listen to. I mean, just wow, the composers really blew it out the park here. It's amazing. Especially Hilltop Zone. I mean, bro, just inject that song right into my veins. There's also a story to this game, which is quite entertaining. It serves its purpose of getting us from point A to point B, and the characters are well written. It actually made me laugh a few times due to some nice line delivery. And Mighty and Ray even gets some spotlight, which is pretty cool all things considered. The voice acting though is a bit of a mixed bag. Sonic, Tails, Mighty, and Eggman are pretty good in my opinion. They have a good line delivery and they don't make my ears bleed. Especially Sonic's voice actor. I rather like him. However, Ray and Shadow...
As infantile as ever, I see.
Why did you even kidnap me? I'm a pint-sized squirrel!
No disrespect to the actors, I have massive respect for them, but they could do a little better. But they don't ruin the overall experience, so I'm not going to linger on that for too long. There is, however, one glaring issue in this game, and that is the boss in Sunset Boulevard. It's long and not very fun. It's one of those bosses where you have to wait for it to have an opening. Problem is that the phases take forever, and while technically it is possible to hit the bird during the attacking phase, it's generally unwieldy and probably wasn't intentional in the first place. I think a good fix for the boss is to either lower its health so that it doesn't drag on, make the phases where he throws the bomb shorter, or, most interestingly, allow for the player to hit the bird easier during the bomb phase. Say, allow for the bird to be homing attacked. That way, a skilled player can get through the boss in no time. But that's just my 2 cents. I'm sure there are better ways to do it. But in general, the bosses are pretty good. The boss in Hilltop Zone is excellent and very fun. And the fun boss is good too, very serviceable. Once you beat the game, you gain access to some challenges and time attack. So that's pretty neat. I haven't collected everything yet, but I'm pretty sure there are some cool little rewards waiting for me. The multiple characters are pretty good as well. They each have their own unique stats and abilities that make them fun. So, all in all, that was Sonic GT, an absolutely amazing fan game that, with a little more content, could easily be an officially made game. Everyone involved did a fantastic job, and I'm excited to see what else they work on. Without further ado, thank you all for watching, and have yourself a fantastic day. Peace, people.